Can you solve all these Class 3 English Chapter 3, The Enormous Turnip questions? Pip is a cat.
You're right. False is the correct answer.
The seed is big.
You chose false. And it is correct. It dash flying. You got it? Your choice is right. They dash dancing. Nice work. You chose were, and it is correct. The mouse is white. Sharp thinking. True is the right choice. Past tense of pull. Well reasoned. Pulled is the correct choice. Enormous means dash. Excellent choice. Very large is the right answer. What does peered mean?
Nicely done. Looked at carefully is a solid answer.
He dash eaten my apple. Correct. Has is the right answer. Katie cooks the turnip. Well done. False is the right choice. The turnip is enormous. Great job. True is the accurate answer. The turnip is delicious.
Excellent. True is a brilliant choice.
What genre is this story? Right choice. Folktale is the best answer. Who helped old man first? Solid response. Old woman is a valid choice. What did the old man plant? Valid point. Turnip is true. Which is the smallest unit? Perfect. Grams is the correct choice. The meaning of enormous is? Correct response. Huge. Very big is the most accurate answer. Who planted enormous turnip? Right again. The old man is a valid answer. Who planted the turnip seeds?
On track. Old man is the correct answer.
How much grams does 1 kg have? Bravo! 1000 g is the answer. The vegetable that we eat raw. Smart pick. Radish is the correct choice. There are flowers in the garden. Good job. True works well here. What is the meaning of enormous?
Exactly. Very big makes sense, and it is right choice.
What did they do with the turnip? Well picked. They made turnip soup is the correct answer. Where do we find a measuring scale? Nice selection. Kitchen is the correct and valid answer. What word means the same as enormous? Good thinking. Huge is the right answer. What is the meaning of the word enormous?
Strong choice. Very big is the right answer.
What does the farmer want to grow next year? Smart move. Carrots is an accurate answer. How long did the family eat the turnip soup?
Clear logic. Your choice 1 month is sound and 100% true.
Which of the following vegetables can be eaten raw? Great thinking. All of these is the right choice. Which part of a plant do we eat when we eat carrot? Bravo. Root is the answer. Who helped the old man to pull up the enormous turnip? You're right. All of them is the correct answer. The enormous turnip which of these words is not a noun? Excellent. Enormous is a brilliant choice. How many characters did it take to pull out the turnip? Good thinking. 4 is the right answer. Why was it difficult for Old Man to pull up the turnip? Because dash. Smart move. It was too big as an accurate answer. What kind of vegetable seed was planted in the beginning of the story? Right again. Turnip is a valid answer. Tom tried to pick up a box filled with books. Do you think the box is dash? Smart pick. Heavy is the correct choice. Complete the sentence. The little old man pulled and pulled and pulled, but still the dash would not budge. Nicely done. Turnip is a solid answer. It dash flying? Well picked. Was is the correct answer. This is Mr. Johnson's daughter. Clear logic. Your choice false is sound and 100% true. How big were the leaves of the turnip? Great job. As big as trees is the accurate answer. The little girl was playing in a field. Strong choice. False is the right answer. What does the word chop mean in the story? On track. To cut is the correct answer. Who lived in a small house with a big garden? Solid response. An old man is a valid choice. What is the color of the little boy's shirt? Good job. Green works well here.
How many are pulling the enormous turnip out?
Correct. 5 is the right answer. Who offered to help the old man and the others?
Exactly. A little boy makes sense, and it is right choice.
Which vegetables seem to be bigger than the others? Great thinking. Turnips is the right choice.
Who had been looking down from her perch on the wall?
Perfect. A hen is the correct choice. The old man planted all kinds of vegetables except dash.
Valid point. Lettuce is true.
Who was the first person to help the old man with his enormous turnip? You chose the nurse, and it is correct.
The farmer tugged and tugged the turnip, but the turnip did not move. What does tugged mean?
Nice work. You chose to pull, and it is correct.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format. Correct response. Contact Narayan Chengda on Facebook is the most accurate answer.